Peter Michaels.
Hi, Patrick Bateman.
How are you?
I'm great. You?
Really good. It's cold out there.
We're still experiencing a cold front in Red Deer.
Starting to think that I don't like the predictive nature of Cold Front Music Festival as much as I did on Saturday or Friday when we were joking around with Scenic Route to Alaska, that the festival kind of predicted the weather. It did.
And it really just kind of hunkered down.
But the festival left. The festival ended,
yeah.
and the brutally cold weather did not.
I'll take the cold weather if there's awesome shows to go see.
That is true. However, we kind of have a lull for a few weeks with shows.
It's a little quieter.
Got a field guide coming up. I think that's the next big one we have to look forward to, if I'm not mistaken.
And that's on the 20-something?
Sure.
Okay. It's in February sometime.
But yeah, Cold Front Music Fest is officially wrapped up. We've still got one more guest from day 2 of the Cold Front Music Fest that we sat down with in the back office at Bose.
We made them battle the road conditions to get up a
yeah.
little earlier for this chit-chat.
Yeah, because they weren't playing at Bose. The Static Shift were playing at the Velvet Olive.
Correct. Which
you did catch that set.
Bits and pieces of. Again, it was like, there's so much.
Yeah, I know.
And you want to try to get to as much of it as you can.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it after, but tomorrow morning will be a few days after or before this podcast episode releases, but I have to buy festival tickets tomorrow. But we'll talk about that after.
Oh.
After we chat with
what a teaser.
The Static Shift.
Wow.
So you braved the roads today. How was the drive up to Red Deer?
It was the first half was a little slick.
Yeah.
We took separate vehicles, but yeah, it was a little. I don't know how was your journey?
it was all right. We got it was sheets of ice on the road.
Yeah.
It was pretty slippery.
Well, yeah, like
but
yesterday, I saw the picture from yesterday around Carstairs, and it's a 2-lane highway.
Yeah.
But the semis were lined up like 4 wide. Like I have no idea. Like it looked.
It was brutal.
Did
We
you
saw
see the
some
carnage
photos,
today?
too.
Oh, it
Well,
was so much carnage.
Yeah, like the leftover. It was like 10 or 12 different cars, just kind of different places on the side of the road. You're like, man, there's caution tape all around. You're like, oh no.
Yeah. The Battle of Highway 2.
That's a tough one for sure, man. So drive safe out there, folks.
But you put the rock and roll face and blinders on, and we're going,
course.
baby.
Put on the
We're
Black
going.
Sabbath. And it's all good.
Highway music. And what's the plan tonight? You're here for the first ever Cold Front Music Festival.
First ever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, pretty exciting.
Inaugural.
Yeah, we're really excited to do it, man. The Velvet Olive is the venue that we'll be playing at tonight, and it's the first time playing there as well, and super stoked to be a part of an inaugural festival here in Red Deer. There's a lot of great bands playing.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are no
awesome.
stranger to obviously the Bose stage.
Oh,
I think
no.
have you guys you've played the VAT as well?
We actually haven't
done the VAT. Okay.
yet, no. But we played Bose here a few times, and man, what a great stage here.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe the VAT down the line. You never know. But
Someday.
what a great lineup of bands. We're really excited for it. So, yeah.
And 22 was a fun year.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys played some cool shows.
Oh yeah.
Surprised us. Yeah, we played out in Toronto. We played Canadian Music Week, and we had quite a few shows lined up.
Played
it was
with
excellent.
the Cult. That was nuts.
Yeah, played
still life has changed from playing with the Cult. Meeting Ian Asbury backstage, it was like him and Mitch were having some good conversation, and the whole time Mitch's eyes were like,
I can't
This
believe
is
it.
actually happening. Yeah, like mid-song, the Cult was on stage, and like Ian like ran out to me and he gave me like this necklace he was wearing, and I was like, what is going on right now? And he's like, you take this home with you.
No way.
Whoa! Like,
did he say it
such
was
a nice
for?
guy. It's like a little medicine pouch, and I was
for your medicine.
Yeah, he says for your medicine. I was like, okay.
And have you noticed a change in your life at all since then? Is there any
It's hanging on my wall, the medicine pouch.
Well, you haven't had medicine yet.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't needed to use
Next thing you get a cold though.
Yeah, put some Benadryl in there or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
some cough
exactly.
syrup. I don't know. But Ian was really nice, and
Oh yeah.
that was a great experience. So
Crazy.
So, and I know, Taylor, you've actually got a pretty cool connection in rock as well. I notice you have something with Brent Fitz.
Yeah,
You and Fitzy are good buddies?
Him and I go way back. I first met him. He did a clinic at Long and McQuaid, really close to my house, and so my dad and I went, and it was just us there, like Brent Fitz and then me.
Only guys.
And so it was a one-on-one kind of thing, and we hit it off, and we jammed together. And I was 7 at the time, and so yeah, we've kept in touch ever since.
Wow.
I've bumped into him in the street
And what was he
in
doing
Seattle.
at that time? Had he already hooked up with Slash?
Oh
at
yeah,
that
yeah.
point? And, okay,
Very,
yeah.
Right. Yeah, I got to meet Brent Fitz at a clinic he was doing at Long McQuaid one time too, and he gave me his cowbell.
Hey,
Yeah, which was cool.
you got some interesting gifts.
Crazy. I was like,
I
totally forgot about that.
not to toot my own horn, but he
Ooh.
took
Toot away.
me. He took me backstage for one of their sound checks. I lined up 12 hours early just to get front row, and he pulled me backstage sound check, signed the bottom of a cowbell, and then gave it to me.
Is your cowbell
rad.
signed?
Wow.
My cowbell is signed.
Okay.
We're gonna have to have a little comparison
match.
with
But
it.
does it say-
Whoa.
Is it signed to you?
No,
Does
it
say, "Dear
ain't.
Mick"?
Not personalized.
No, it ain't.
Okay.
Aw,
Did you
Taylor
watch
wins.
him sign it?
No, I didn't. No, I did watch him sign it.
Just got 100 cowbells pre-signed, ready to go.
Here's a cowbell.
Any other, interesting gifts, parting words, even from musicians that you've looked up to at some point?
Actually, it was one of the coolest little exchanges was it was a long time ago. It was a few years ago. We were at the NAMM show in Anaheim, checking out all the new gear, and Robbie Krieger from The Doors was actually playing on stage, at the main stage, and there was some guy that looked just like Jim Morrison singing with him. Anyways, he walked off stage, and I was like, I have to meet Robbie Krieger. I was like, I do not want to be the schmo that's like getting in there too much and really trying to meet him. But he just walked out the back, and he was just by himself. He had one person near him, but I gave him a CD, and he was like, he didn't give me anything. But like,
This is you.
that
Okay,
was-
this works.
That's
this
what I
works.
got was that in exchange of I shook his hand and he took the CD and
That's you putting the deposit into Karma. You gave that time.
it was yeah.
And then another time you're going to receive.
There we
Wow.
go. It was such a cool experience. So and that's someone that we looked up to, at least myself a lot. So
And what CD
cool.
was that? Do you remember?
it was like our first project ever. Actually, it was we were under a different band name even.
Oh, like way back.
I'm talking back. Yeah. And some of the fans will know that name. But we've since then changed to the Static Shift.
That's true. What about you? You had another one too, right?
I've had a few encounters with Taylor Hawkins.
Oh wow.
That's so cool.
The first one was the Broken Leg tour when Dave was on the massive throne. That was so cool. We went early to our seats. The doors were open, and it was 6:00. Show started at 8 or something. We went right to our seats, and Taylor came out and did a little sound check on his drums. Just for fun, I think, because they the tarp was already on it. His drum tech was holding the tarp over his drums so he could play.
Just play around.
And we were side stage, so we could see behind the big curtain,
Yeah.
so we could watch him do this. And we were the only ones there, and obviously everyone else there was cheering, and it was awesome. So when he left, my dad and I hollered from the other side of the stage, like, "Taylor, can we have some sticks?" And he walked the whole 20-foot stage all the way over to me and threw a pair of sticks up.
Man.
And this is the Saddle Dome, so it was like catching sticks from God.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah.
That's sweet, man. That's really
and
cool.
what'd you do with those sticks? Yeah.
Oh, they are kept very secure.
I was gonna say, what do you do with you can tour posters, you can frame, you can do that with shirts, whatever. But what do you do with sticks? Like shadow box?
Sometimes we can
Frame them.
Yeah.
There's a big enough frame, but I actually there's a box in my basement that has all the sticks that I've gotten from famous musicians,
Different
and that's
drummers,
my shrine.
How many drummers have you gotten sticks from?
I can't count. It's I have boxes. There's 2 boxes.
Wow.
My
Full,
God.
and they're both full.
Man. Yeah, Taylor, he's been going to shows since he was
9.
9.
First show was Black Keys at 9.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Wow, you guys are gonna have to build a little traveling museum.
Yeah.
Bring all that stuff out on the road
All
and
the gear. Yeah, man, that's true. Yeah, that'd be cool.
What's 23 looking like then?
Well, yeah, I think we're just lining up some shows and some new music coming down the pipe as
music.
well. So, yeah.
Still writing or?
Yeah, lots
Okay.
of writing right now. Actually, we have a lot of new songs in the arsenal, which is excellent. So, yeah, we're really excited. at the rate we're working at, I mean, might be an album this year, folks. You never know.
That's exciting.
You never know.
That's
It's on
exciting.
record now.
Yeah.
You're being held to it.
Yeah, for sure.
With you guys being a Calgary band, I'm curious, how much did the filming of The Last of Us affect you guys? Did you guys get in on any of that action at all? Extras? Or can we look for you behind the scenes?
I wish. Like, I watched the first episode of that just the other night, and it was so cool to like see and be able to know, like, oh, okay, this is 12th Ave or whatever, and it was really neat. But no, we it didn't really affect us in any way. But it was cool knowing that they were around, like filming and seeing their sets, and like there'd be blocks just sectioned off for their filming in certain areas, and it was cool.
I remember driving home from rehearsal.
Yeah.
One day, and like we were driving next to a hill, and there was smoke coming up from over the hill, and I was like,
Oh no.
What is that?
"That's cool." And then I realized it's probably got to be The Last of Us. So
they're doing some sort of set down
It
below.
is.
Yeah.
It is really cool to see some of the scenes, but specific to that first episode, I thought that the scene that made it so Alberta was when they were trying to get on the highway and there was all that traffic.
Yeah.
And they just decided to pull off
Classic.
onto the field. And
Which I swear to God had to have been the QE too. It had to have been. I think I almost feel like I recognize that.
Yeah.
well, yeah, because you've seen that happen
Yeah.
many
A million-
times
a million
before.
I think I changed a tire there once. Yeah, a flat or something. Yeah, it's cool.
We found this earlier.
oh,
You guys have a case like this?
I mean, I gotta. Not really.
It's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
wow.
You
It's
want
looking
this
neat.
case?
Do
Would you
we
use
want this case?
I mean, if it
Maybe it could
if
go in
you're
that.
offering.
If it could go in that traveling museum.
It's
Who
true.
knows what this case has seen?
Yeah.
Is there anything inside? Is it? Is
I don't
this
know.
like
What do you think's
Pandora's
inside?
box? I think there's bananas inside.
I've seen Pulp Fiction too many times. I feel like it's gonna open up and it's just gonna be like shiny, but no one's actually gonna know. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna be inside.
So you think it's something like mystical?
Now,
Very
did you guess
mystical.
bananas because of the inappropriate Wonder Woman banana sticker? Is that...
No,
What's in it?
I hadn't seen that
It's
until
nutrition.
just now.
Okay.
It had a subconscious effect. No.
Okay, sorry. And what was your guess? Bananas.
Bananas. I think there's bananas.
Oranges.
Or
Oh, you guys are hungry?
I guess
I'm
so.
very hungry.
It's the truth is. Should we open it up?
I don't know. Try it. You're confident with your guess? What is it?
Bananas.
What is it? It is bananas?
It's
Banana
power
cables?
cables and duct tape.
Oh, it's just a bunch of junk.
This is like
Hey, duct
this
tape
is
is
amazing.
not junk.
Yeah,
ever.
I was gonna say this is like gold in the industry. It's hard to come.
Oh yeah.
Well-
That is- how many shows have you been saved by duct tape?
my gosh.
Our last show was saved by duct tape.
yeah.
My kick drum, one of the spurs that hold it in place, just kind of
Gave out.
gave out, and my kick drum slid off the drum riser, which was hilarious. It was awesome, so much fun.
It was running
and then-
away on him.
Then we taped it down, and then
Yep.
bada bang, bada boom.
Yeah, and we were also in the studio doing a little recording at some point during this year, and yeah, we had to use tape to get the guitar strap in order because it kind of fell out of the guitar, the screw itself. So we're like, nothing a little duct tape can't fix.
There you
know?
go.
the
So
women
you've got
don't-
it on hand.
If the women don't find you handsome, they better find you handy.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Okay, so it's the first annual Cold Front Festival, so we've got a couple of firsts
Yeah.
that we want to ask you, so you guys can kind of take each one and go one at a time.
Sweet.
First song that had an impact on you.
The Peter Gunn theme. Henry Mancini. Yeah.
Wow.
When I was a
okay.
kid, I don't know. It was like my grandma always listened to Henry Mancini, and that was the first song on side 2 on the record.
So it was from the legit record, not just being used in a movie or a
Just
show
movie
or a...
yeah, like actually the record. Yeah. Pretty
That's
cool.
a pretty sweet.
pretty cool jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Me, Cars 1, the first Cars was like that was the movie. I watched it as a toddler. Even I watched it like I gotta say 6 times a day. Like it was my mantra. Life is a Highway by Tom Cochrane.
Okay.
That song is from that movie, and that was my favorite song for like 3 years.
I feel like that's a pretty common song for
Oh, yeah.
for a young kid who's actually starting to appreciate
Music.
some sort of rock music.
Yeah. That's a feel good. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were going to go with that Sheryl Crow one right off the. So I have a son that's
Peter
pretty close
knows
to your
the
age.
Cars soundtrack
So I
quite
know
well.
that soundtrack very,
Of course.
very well. Could probably recite the majority of that movie if we wanted to right now, but I will not. What about? So you kind of talked about yours already, but go again. First concert.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Rain, which is a Beatles.
Yeah, I saw that
yeah.
too.
Cover group at the Saddle Dome when I was. Oh my gosh. I don't even remember how old I was, but that was like the first concert I really remember taking in, and yeah, it was excellent. They did a really, really good job. And grew up with listening to the Beatles, so it was like.
Do you remember how old you were?
I think I must have been 11 or 12.
Yeah, I think I had a similar age
know?
experience with Rain, and it was like, it was kind of a mind blower for
And
sure.
what did they focus on any album in particular for that show, or was it a right from beginning to end?
Beginning to end, they went all the way through, did the outfit changes and everything from early Beatles haircuts to
Nice.
Let It Be and everything. Oh man, it was wicked. Yeah, grew up listening to it. So when I was that age watching the show, I was like mind blown for sure the whole time. Yeah. So
And you said you were 9 for your
I
first.
was 9, and it was the Black Keys, which was really cool.
Do you remember who opened?
it's probably some cool band.
Do you remember where it was at?
Saddle Dome.
At the Dome, because they had Cage the Elephant. I want to say opened for them one tour, but I think that was at the
I
Corral.
don't think it was Cage the Elephant. I don't remember who opened. The one thing I will always remember about that show, even though it was so long ago, was one of the songs. I think it was. It might have been even Gold on the Ceiling, but they had a curtain behind them, so it looked like a black background. And then when the beat dropped, they dropped the curtain, and it was all lights, like just blaring out into the crowd. It was so cool.
It could have been Arctic Monkeys.
Really?
That show. Yeah. Anyways,
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, that's that.
And you guys have a similar light setup for tonight's show.
Of course.
We brought it all in old Bertha out there. Maybe not as big as the Black Keys.
Got a kick pedal attached to some pulley system to drop the curtain.
Oh yeah.
The moment. Yeah.
What do you remember about the first time performing for somebody other than friends and family?
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. This goes way back. Whoa. Okay, first really nerve-wracking experience performing in front of others. I played The Entertainer by Scott Joplin.
Oh, wow.
The ice cream song. In front of my whole elementary school. And I was in grade 6.
Nice.
That's not like a terribly easy piano song either.
It was like, it was tough. I was nervous. I think I kind of did the more broken down.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
But
And did it gain you new friends?
a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it was, I just
They're
remember
like,
being so...
Joplin.
Yeah.
He's playing Joplin.
Can you believe this guy? Yeah. But yeah, no, I remember being real nervous, standing out in the hallway, and they were like, "Okay, go on stage." You know, it was great.
Yeah. My first show, I was 9 again. Ship and Anchor Pub
Oh, wow.
in Calgary. We had a Long and McQuaid band, like a rock school at Long and McQuaid, and we played the Ship and Anchor. Played 3 songs. I remember there was another drummer, so I wasn't the only one. I played tambourine for 2 of the songs. Head was down the whole time, hair in front of the face, shaking. Of course, it was.
What songs?
I Want to Be Your Dog.
Nice.
Is that Stooges?
Yeah.
Definitely want tambourine for that one.
War Pigs, Black Sabbath, and Take Me Out, Franz Ferdinand.
Oh, wow. What a combo.
Great
tunes,
man. Nice. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
That's a good first venue to play, too.
Ship and Anchor, yeah.
That's cool, man.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it is.
Last one. First person to encourage your passion for performing.
Honestly, probably my dad, because he played in. He was a drummer, and he always went to his buddy's house when I was younger. He was like, "I'm going to jam," and I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And getting older, I went and like watched him a few times and just seeing it. It was cool. And then he always good influence with music. So probably the daddy-o.
You eventually got to tag along to those jams?
Yes, yeah. And then when I started playing guitar and drums and other instruments, I would sit in and jam. Play Kashmir by Led Zeppelin.
Nice.
Those long jams. So couple Grateful Dead songs. So it was good. That was good.
For me, my parents are my biggest supporters. They come to every show. It's amazing. My dad, I remember it. It's the reason I started playing music was Rush in Rio, that DVD. It was the drum solo that Neil Peart did on that DVD was like, I want to do that.
Wow.
And so I sent Neil like a note. It was like, hey, I want to be like you someday, whatever. And this is the time where he fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Like he was on the down low, only communicating with friends and family, and he sends it back signed. So that was like, if that wasn't a sign for me to start doing music,
blessing from Neil Peart. Yeah.
You're like, I should have picked an easier drummer.
I have to live up to these standards. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
that's sweet.
If
Dude.
you haven't checked out some of Taylor's drum videos on,
I hear they're
on his
popping
Instagram,
off.
Oh man, yeah.
Thank
he
you.
did a
Very
viral
cool.
one the other
very
day.
very impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
What's the one that went viral?
There's a guy called Andy Arthur Smith, and he's just like a internet comedian kind of thing. He did like a beatboxing kind of video, and it was like, the scenario was when two drummers meet. It's like, hey, you're a drummer, you're a Dragon to Dry Drown drummer, and does like a beatbox like
With his mouth,
and
yeah.
I remixed it with actual drums and played drums to his voice, and it blew up, got 2.3 million views.
That's sweet.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Very,
man.
very cool.
Pretty rad.
You doing clinics yourself yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
it would be
one of
cool.
these days soon. I'm sure he will. Yeah.
I hope to.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for hanging out, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
have a
you.
kick-ass set tonight at the Olive. It's going to be great.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you guys for having us.
We're pumped.
Really appreciate
Yeah.
it, and hopefully we get to hang out with you guys soon.
The Static Shift, rivals in collectibles to you, Peter Michaels.
Like, that's...
You're a
again, if
collectible
this-
guy.
I am a collectible guy, and if this rock and roll thing doesn't work out, I mean, they could definitely set up shop somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, some pretty unbelievable business connections that those guys have in the industry already at their young ages, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Pretty
Yeah.
wild. The Static Shift, thanks for hanging out in the back office at Bose. Not our first interaction with them.
No, they are no strangers to Red Deer.
Yeah, big
and,
time.
think of the amount of times they played Bose. They played at Westerner Days on the outdoor stage.
Right, I forgot about that.
Last summer,
Yeah.
which I enjoyed the set at the Velvet Olive. It was warm inside there, but the
Yes.
walk outside afterwards,
Yeah,
not as much.
so good. But it was packed in there too, right?
It was so packed. So we actually went in just, kind of on the road the stage wristband kind
Yeah.
of thing. And the guy was like, it's really packed in there. So don't. I'm like, no, I'm just going to get quick little
Yeah.
shots of video and get out. And it was packed.
That's awesome. That's good. That's what we want to hear about the first, hopefully, annual Cold Front
And I
Music
think we touched
Festival.
on it a little bit last episode as well, but just the vibes of the rooms.
Mhm.
Each room has its own unique
Totally
feel
totally,
to
yeah.
it, which makes it just such an awesome festival.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Obviously, with pretty much any festival, there were some last-minute scheduling changes, especially because of weather. And getting from Calgary or Edmonton to Red Deer was not ideal on that weekend. But honestly, other than that, it went very well. Saw some incredible bands.
Well, and again, just the amount of local talent. Like there was a lot of Red Deer musicians there, but and a lot of Alberta in general. I think Hannah Georges was the only non-Alberta act.
Hawksley,
Hawksley
not from
for the
Alberta, but
start.
yeah, actually, now that I think about it, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, it was, and I mean that Hannah Georges show that set was
Lights out.
unbelievable. Really,
Lights
really
out,
talented group. Very, very cool. And I think Brennan from Bose, he's probably very happy about it. He's a massive fan of The National. If you haven't heard of The National, you probably should never set foot in Bose.
Ever.
But Hannah is often a touring member of The National. So Brennan finally had a member of one of his favorite bands.
And she's recorded in their studio.
Yes,
and
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get Hannah on the show one of
Did
these
you
days.
see any interactions between Brennan and Hannah?
No, I
Did
didn't.
he
Did
fan
you?
Out? No, I didn't either.
No,
This
I don't
man's
think.
gotta,
I think he was being pretty.
he can keep himself under
respectful about
control
it. Yeah,
very well. Yeah.
He's not. He doesn't seem like a fanboy.
No,
The
not even,
stereotypical fanboy, right?
not even a little.
He knows his
Inside.
boundaries.
Inside he is.
Yeah,
but
totally,
he doesn't let it out.
Totally. Yeah, you talk about the local talent. It was incredible, and there were a couple bands that I had yet to see. Scenic Route to Alaska, obviously, big fan of them, and still have never seen them. Have not seen the Humble
So
Cartel.
Crazy.
Finally got to see them, which was very, very good. But Saturday, we're on day 2 now. Saturday, I jumped around a little bit. Went to the VAT first to see a new Red Deer band, Corollaries. And, yeah, I was very, very happy.
How would you describe the vibe or sound of the Corollaries?
It's very, I think I would say that it's very intricate, smart music. That's what I'm saying right now. Full disclosure, one of the band members is in the studio right now. I don't know if he's listening to what we're saying, but it's just, I'll have a hard time describing it.
It was very good.
And I don't always love going to a band and saying, hey, you sound like this, you sound like that.
I get it.
In this case, it was extremely original and full appreciation of it. So
Perfect.
Look forward to that coming out very soon. Very, very soon.
And so that was followed up by Soul Bomb.
Yes, which I had to bounce out of the VAT for that to get over to Bose. Another local band, 1002, was playing before Hannah Georges.
And I think that's when I took off to see the Static Shift.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Which I probably should have tagged along for that, but it was all good. It was all good. There's always next year.
And we always talk about coming to Red Deer for shows, book a hotel for the weekend, and just roam.
Yeah, why not? Especially when you have something like this. Like, none of these venues were very far from each other, right?
No.
I would all say it's South Red Deer.
If you wanted to walk it, you probably, if it was
not
a summer
this weekend,
festival,
not this weekend,
you could walk it pretty easily.
That's another thing I was thinking about is like if it was nicer, those scooters people would be riding those scooters all over the place.
Oh, and you could, you could arrange like a little,
yeah,
like have everything all kind of timed out.
Yeah,
and get like a gang of those
scooter gangs
around, which
scooter
is gonna
gangs.
Get noticed and that much more visibility.
So that being said, huge shout out to Brennan at Bose, as well as the staff and members over at the VAT and the Velvet All, the tech staff across all venues.
Well, again, just think about I think if I remember correctly, like 24 shows altogether.
Yeah.
And
in
just think of
basically
all
2 days.
The extra crew that needs to be
Yep.
on top of it.
They got
and
some
swapping that
well-deserved rest on Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
If not Monday. But it was good. And, the thing that I really like about these festivals is that more often than not, I find that you are in a space with other concert goers who share similar concert values.
Mm-hmm.
There was one incident on Friday night where it sounds terrible, but these people probably had no idea there was a concert happening at Bose that night.
Okay.
They just came by, and within 30 minutes, I think this one person was up on the stage during Scenic Roots. Did you not see this?
No.
Oh, yeah.
How do I not?
Yeah, this woman fully just walked up on stage and hopped behind Murray's mic. Murray kind of stepped back and was like, oh, what the fuck is going on here? And then Brennan kindly asked her to leave the stage, and maybe, I don't know what happened after that. But
well, maybe just
not good show etiquette.
Try to live the rock star life. Hey, I could do that.
Not in my house, God damn it.
No, you can't. Just watch.
So when you go to a festival, I think part of me at least expects to be there with similar-minded.
Yeah, I thought like everybody was pretty
100%.
Yeah,
that's amazing that you didn't see that.
I was there, right? I'm just trying to think. I was there till the very end.
Yeah, you were there.
What the hell I was.
The other thing, and Ryley and I were kind of joking about it, but you and I have been to countless shows together. We've chatted to a certain extent during those shows.
Mm-hmm.
Not once have I ever thought, oh, I wonder if we're talking so loud that the band or the other fans around us can hear us.
We've discussed this before, have we not?
Shut the fuck up.
Did I not?
That's what I say, goddammit.
I'm sure I have talked about the White Buffalo situation.
No, I don't think so.
And it's happened a couple of times. The worst was in Bozeman, and it was in a Legion type, just a square room, small room. And there was like 8 people that were all in a circle talking through the show right in front of the fucking stage.
Yeah, that's madness to me.
Like just talking. They're talking about their life and they're going to this and they're doing that. There's a whole area way in the back of the room, right, where you could do that.
Yeah, and no one's
I don't get it.
You're just standing there being hated.
Again, talking about how good the crowd was. I'm trying to think of Josh from Trash Ambulance.
Yeah.
I was watching, I forget who I was watching, but he came up and he said a couple of quick things to me. He's like, you're watching, we'll catch up later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how people can do that.
Yeah, the number of times someone has tried to have a full conversation with me at top volume, and my hearing's not the
I was
best.
just going to say that's a big
at
problem for
top
me.
volume during a set, I'll give them 1 or 2 answers, and then it's like I either pretend I can't hear you or I find another place to go, because that's I'm not like the set is 45 minutes to 90 minutes usually, right?
Yeah, and
I'm
usually
not, we can talk after.
there's a good 15 to 20 minute between acts at least.
I had an idea the other day, and I don't think it's going to be received too well, but I think that there should be a venue where when you buy your ticket, you agree to something. You know how when you buy a ticket to a baseball game, it says, or a sports event, it says like, you know, ticket is refundable unless certain acts of God occur.
Right,
Like
okay.
a storm or something
Sure.
that can get out of that. I think there should be some fine print that you accept that if you are being too loud during a show, a staff member is allowed to come up and fake punch.
Fake punch. Let's do the real
Yes.
thing. The
Just to
problem
get the point across. Shut the fuck up.
those people, and again, the people that would have been in that show,
Your White Buffalo
just,
show.
they're at an event, so I don't think they think there's anything wrong with it. They're out at a bar
Yeah, it's just.
having drinks and talking, and that's what you do. I don't think they
I think it's just a severe lack of respect, selfishness.
100%.
I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel.
And again, know that, and it's like, why be at the front? But understand that people are there because they love that. You might just be a casual fan of that. Then go to the back.
Yeah. It was wild.
So do we get merch made up that says "fuck off" and listening to the show? So it's just
Shut
that's
the fuck up.
that's
There's
the
some
shirt.
music on. Anyways, those are just some things. Like, I'm not like the festival is fantastic.
Awesome.
The crowds
Yep.
are fantastic. Just going to so many shows. These are things that I noticed. Now, the festival. Another important thing to note about Cold Front is that it was extremely affordable. Like very much so. So my partner and I are planning to buy tickets to Sled Island, which is the big annual festival in Calgary. They just announced the first chunk of the lineup like 2 days ago, and tomorrow those tickets go on sale. We're humming and hawing. Like, do we spend the $250, $300 for the full week?
Yeah.
Or do we just get the single tickets to some of the shows that we want? And I think that in this case, we're just going to get the single tickets. We know what we want to go see. We know that there's going to be things that we're missing out on. But at the end of the day, this is what we're prioritizing. That's what we're going to do. Where do you, like, have you bought many full festival passes before? Mr. Works in Radio?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last full festival that I would have actually had to have purchased. Now, I can't think of the last one, but I do know that I had wanted to buy festival tickets for, there's a festival in Whitefish, Montana this
Right,
summer that I desperately wanted to go to. It sold out within an hour. I would have bought the full weekend.
Where's this festival?
Passes.
It's like a bus stop? They sell out in an hour?
Sold out in an hour. Whitefish,
Holy
Montana.
shit, that's
So I
crazy.
forget. I think like 15,000, 20,000 maybe in that ballpark. Like
Wow,
it's a
what
pretty.
a festival.
And so they were. I think it was $250 or $300 for the weekend passes.
Yeah.
3 full days. The lineup is stacked, including our good friends the Dead South,
Right.
Coulter Walls on this, and a whole bunch of others. The resale on them right now, secondary market is going for $2,500.
Yeah.
For the 3 days.
Wow, that's wild. That's insane.
So I like honestly $200-$300 for a 3-day festival. Again, I forget. There's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 acts that are playing that festival, and of that, I think at least 40 of them are ones I'm like super into.
Yeah.
$250-$300 for a festival is.
No, I think that's especially when you've shown me the bill for that show. It's pretty, like you said, it's very, very stacked
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. We'd love to put the hundreds of dollars down on a full pass, but I was doing the math, and tickets go on sale tomorrow, so that's February 3rd, which means that like already as of today, like we've already spent close to $400 on tickets for this year alone. And it's by that it wasn't even January, the end of January by the time we did that. So it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It
Gotta
doesn't
pick and choose.
It doesn't take long to add up.
Yeah.
Again, I just bought tickets for Jason Isbell.
Oh, you did get him.
I did, yeah. But I mean, same thing for that. I'm not super close to the stage, but it was $125.
Yeah.
You know, there's only so many of those you can afford to
Yeah.
go to.
Yeah,
Not saying that
totally.
it's not worth it for the most part. Like,
But not everyone
I'm gonna
can
get
do
my
that.
value, but not everybody can do that.
And you prioritize it.
Yeah.
Much like the other people that were respectful concert goers
It's not hard.
every
It's
night of the
really
Cold Front
not.
Music Festival.
It's not a challenge. Be respectful. Don't talk through shows. Subscribe to the fucking YouTube channel.
Yes, please God. Hey, listen, we got a goal in mind. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers, and since we put out our interview with the Warning
I was gonna say,
3.5 months
Can we
ago,
get the warning back?
that goal is looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, but we need your help. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Communal Creative Studios. That's where you can search up or just check our socials at The Road to Stage. Which, speaking of The Road to Stage, that is this podcast.
And it happens on
Wednesday.